Yesterday I made a video answering a bunch of common questions that I get about Mackinac Island, and as a resident who lives here year-round in Mackinac Island, I love answering your questions because honestly, like, yeah, it's a really cool place, and I would be curious too. Honestly, I was curious and did ask those very similar questions. So to continue the answering of questions, let's talk about it. Sports teams at the school. We do have a public school on the island, and yes, our kids are part of the European Eastern Upper Peninsula school district here in Michigan. So they compete and play against that district, and they do travel off island, mostly by ferry, and then they get in a bus and travel. Sometimes it requires a hotel stay overnight because of the ferry schedule and games and all the timing and stuff. And sometimes our students will fly to locations, specifically Beaver Island, to play against that team. So it is really cool. Yes, our kids do districts, they do states, all of that stuff. How do the horses get off the island? So if you don't know, Mackinac Island does not have cars on the island, so everything is run by horses, except for police department, fire department, hospitals. We do have vehicles, emergency vehicles, thankfully for that, super thankful for that. But that means that during our busy season, our tourist season, there are over 400, 500 horses on the island, but they don't winter here. Most of those horses go off island and live a beautiful life in the winter on a farm in the Upper Peninsula. But 30 to 40 horses do stay on the island and continue to work through the winter, and those horses are rotated every year. So how do they get on and off the island? No, of course they don't swim. Yes, they take the ferry. It's actually like this really beautiful part of the year when the horses go off and on the island. Like we kind of celebrate it. It's like this change. It's literal changing of the seasons. When you see like this past fall, the horses going off. It's like an ode to a wonderful season. We thank the horses, we love the horses, and they go on their merry way and then are transported to the farm. And then in the spring, it's like a really exciting time when they come back to the island. And it's just very symbolic of we're gearing up to do another wonderful tour season, bringing that life and activity back to the island. And we love having our horses around. And I personally don't work directly with the horses. I get to see them very often. But for those who do work with them can speak to this way more than I can. But they miss their horses, the ones that they work with regularly. Like they're so loved and so taken care of that it's a really cool thing. So yeah, when that starts happening, for sure, I will be recording it and sharing it with you guys. Whether on here, which I plan on staying here as long as I can, and I hope that this thing continues to be a thing. If not, it'll be on other things that I've mentioned. So you can go to my profile and see there where I'm going to be at. And I'll make more videos about that, like the type of thing. So yeah.